iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans down below. That is the virtual Nashville Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway to be exact. Tonight, the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe Championship Night here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Well, race fans, it's the championship night. The champion has been crowned already, so tonight it is all about the bragging rights for these drivers who will be able to be the last man standing in victory lane here tonight. And, well, we're going to all find out here together in just a couple of moments. But I have some really encouraging news to tell all you race fans. A couple of weeks ago, we told you about the Culpeppers family, Paul being involved in an accident. Well, tonight, we're still praying for Paul and hoping that he heals better and better each and every day. But Paul, we're thinking about you. We heard we got some great news. You have some feeling back in your legs and your feet, so that is positive information for all of us here and all of us that are following along in your story to recovery. So Paul, continue to heal up, and we can't wait to see you soon. But as you can see, it is just about time here tonight. Some of the storylines coming into the evening. Dalton Williamson, we did talk about, has wrapped up that points championship battle. But the points championship battle right there for that third and final spot on the podium this season, Dave Bragg and Joshua Buckley just separated by 9 points. We're going to be watching that one very closely here tonight. Scott Duncan also right there inside the top 5. He could also bump into third here tonight with an amazing win. Let's head down trackside here, though, and get that Six Rings Racing starting lineup. Starting on the front row, he drives car number 2. This will be the driver of car 2. That is Michael Trevarthen. To the outside of him, hailing from South Carolina, the car number 86, this will be James Skelton. Scott Duncan, back after missing a race last week in the 989 entry. The driver out of Canada, he'll start third. Fourth here tonight will be the driver out of Tampa, Florida, driving the Rev Esports, number 1, Dalton Williamson. While the Six Rings Racing, number 6 of Eric Stout, out of Virginia, will start fifth. Sixth will go to the Empire Racing Team, number 18 of A.J. Hamel. He's confused. Starting back in 7th, it'll be the Colony Tire and Service Center, 05 of Rex Hoyle. Then it'll be the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 5 of Brian Bianchi, back into the 8th spot. 9th then will be Dave Bragg in car number 31. 10th will be the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. Starting back into the 11th spot, it'll be Dan Butler. Then it'll be Dennis Bruce in 12th. 13th will be Brandon Feeney, Rob Higgins, Aidan Alvecchio, and Trey Metz in car number 9 will start 16th. 17th will go to A.J. Watkins. 18th to Brandon Wynn. Dan Murphy Jr. back in car number 41. He'll start 19th. And the Bob Higgins entry, the checkered flag auto supply number 30, will start right there in the 20th starting position here tonight. That's your 20-car starting field here tonight on Championship Night. Brought to us by our friends at Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. Race fans, if you're in the Worcester area, make sure you do stop and head on over to the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. I can tell you firsthand experience, the muffins are amazing. And the breakfast sandwiches, oh, they're pretty darn good too. Green flag is back up here for the first time tonight. We're racing here in Nashville. Great start there by Michael Trevarthen on the bottom. You see the big bump down in turn 1 and 2. Going to have to be mindful here tonight. One driver up into the outside wall. That is car number 40 of Rob Higgins, the Cowboy. Taking a little bit of a ride up top into the outside wall. He'll join Dad back at the back. Now it's going to be a battle to Higgins for the 19th spot. First lap, though, will go to car number 2 of Michael Trevarthen. Look at him still continuing to bottom out. We'll see if that bottom out goes away once the cars get a little bit lighter and the air pressures in these tires start to come up here tonight. James Skelton sitting right there. Here comes Scott Duncan. He'll make a bid, or he's going to be on the outside. That was Dalton Williamson. Had the red nose pieces there kind of mixed and matched, and actually it's the Canadian Tire. Number 989 to the outside. You see him. He'll take a little bit of a bump and rump to the outside wall there. Mr. Confusion just behind them. He is watching currently here to see what will happen. Everybody pretty much trying to get right down around the bottom, and they have for the most part here tonight. Brandon Witt and Aiden Alvecchio. Alvecchio back here into the 15th position. Still got the Scott Duncan entry to the outside. Now Duncan will get down. You see the bumps all throughout this track. Has a lot of character here tonight at Nashville. These street stocks here tonight looking more like boats through choppy water into the corners. It is all Michael Trevarthen out front here right now, right on board with our checkered flag auto supply onboard camera on each and every one of these cars here tonight. Michael Trevarthen, of course, is the race leader carrying that checkered flag auto supply onboard camera. He's got to be very careful. These tires with these big, heavy street stocks, they do wear out very fast. Here comes Scott Duncan. He'll look back to the inside, almost contact there as he had that car in a four-wheel drift slide towards that number 1 car there of Dalton Williamson. He was able to corral it and keep it going. Both drivers made the slightest of contact and kept on going. That is one thing that we have noticed with these street stocks. They are able to beat and bang a little bit, and they just keep on going. A.J. Watkins making a pass here at number 14 of Brandon Wynn. There you see Wynn to the outside. A little scrape to the outside retaining wall. This is back here. It looks like Feeney's also right there. The Black Phoenix number 38. Rims don't match the car. That's how you can tell that is Brandon Feeney, the car number 38. But Wynn, Watkins, Mitz, Murphy, Alvecchio, and Rob Higgins all back here battling from 14th on back on the field. See Rob Higgins there in that black and orange checkered flag auto supply entry. That car has the wounded right front and the right side. Looks like he also has some left side damage too. Not sure where he got the left front damage on car number 40, but there is definitely some damage. So as these drivers battle back here, nothing is going on at the front of the field. You're still watching the best battles. There is the number 9 of Trey Mitz, and there comes to the outside. Brandon Wynn still gets that run down turn number 2. Something happened to Brandon Feeney. It looks like he is coming to pit road. So Brandon Feeney's night here looks like it is just about to end, and it will. He will pull that car to the infield. He is done. So Brandon Feeney will retire, being put into the 20th position here tonight. Sideways, Trey Mitz. Trey Mitz will turn around off turn number 2, and the caution lights will come on. He gets the car refired. Driver out of Atlanta, Georgia. So the first caution flag here on championship night will come out while Trey Mitz turns around off turn number 2. We're watching back to make sure there was no actual contact here. Let's zoom it in. That is number 41. Oh, right there, the slightest of contact as they got loose. That was the 41, Dan Murphy Jr. into the back car number 9 of Trey Mitz. Right on board with Mitz. Or actually, this is with Murphy looking at Mitz. Tapped him, got him sideways, give him a little more of a boop, and around he went to bring out the caution flag. So currently it is Michael Trevarthen out front here tonight on championship night. James Skelton, and then it is the champ of Dalton Williamson right there in third. Scott Duncan, Eric Stout, A.J. Hamill, Brian B. Yankee in the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe number 5. Then it is Rex Hoyle, Dave Bragg, and Joshua Buckley. We told you already that the storyline was Dalton Williamson coming in. He will pick up another championship, so it'll be his 4th overall championship here on Thursday evening. So he'll be the 4th-time champion after tonight. Has to finish the race at least before we're... Well, he already has the points, but we have not handed him the crown just yet. It's more like a crayon, a Crayola one for him. So he can write number 4. The other championship battle we're watching, we talked about it a little earlier on, is car number 13 of Joshua Buckley and Dave Bragg. There you see both those two drivers right there. The Jiffy Lube number 31 of Dave Bragg and the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. Those two drivers are battling for that 3rd position. Right now, with the way they are running, it would still go to Dave Bragg over Joshua Buckley. Right now, Bragg has opened up a 12-point lead with the way that they are running on the speedway. Should be seeing the one to go being displayed this time as the field comes out of 4. They are starting to already bunch him up. And there it is. The iRacing.com safety car lights do turn out here at Nashville. So we'll go back racing next time by. Does James Skelton have anything on this restart? We saw the inside lane prevail for Michael Trevarthen on the initial start here this evening. So Trevarthen, Skelton, Williamson, and Duncan. That's the top 4. Safety cars off. Got to come back into the restart zone. Green flag is up here at Nashville. We're racing again. Good side-by-side battles all around right now. Everybody trying to mind the P's and Q's. Contact, Eric Stout. Eric Stout into the inside wall with the 6 Rings Racing number 6. We were on board with him. Stout making contact with the inside retaining wall. Let's watch it. Slight contact there from Duncan and Stout making contact together. Stout was down on the bottom, and 2 drivers just meet in the middle off the corner. And that's where the caution flag will come out. It was hard enough contact. I think that will give Eric Stout some damage that he did not want. We'll see if that car will be able to come up the full song and dance. It looks like he is at the tail of the field right now. We'll have to wait and see. was up inside the top 5 at the time of the incident. So it'll be a restart. It does look like, though, James Skelton did trigger the timing and scoring line just ahead of car number 2 of Michael Tremarthan. So those two will flip-flop. Everybody else will stay in a spot, or at least pick one up from Eric Stout having to go to the back of the field. Once again, we got to give a big shout out to the Culpepper family and Paul with his recovery. Got the news that he's getting better day by day, has feeling back in his legs and everything. So Paul, keep doing that recovery, buddy. It's going to help you in the end, and we can't wait to see you. We also got to thank Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe for being a part here tonight of our championship night, along with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Checkered Flag Auto Supply is located up in Ayer, Massachusetts, over on Park Street. So if you're in the Ayer area, stop on by and say hello to the Higgins family. You might even catch the bearded wonder of Joshua Buckley, the Viking. He might even also be there. And we got to thank a lot of the people that made this whole season possible here. We got to thank Jiffy Lube in Ontario, Canada. We also got to thank Six Rings Racing. We got to thank Project Confusion, which is AJ Hamill. We also got to thank BK Paints. We got to thank Big Wiggle and Philly Edwards. We got to thank the 505 Motorsports team. We got to thank Colony Tire and Service Center. We got to thank Movember. We also got to thank the Arts Barbershop for their continued support here with the Short Track Scrambler Series. This is the first season for the Short Track Scrambler Series, but this is our... what are we at? Season number 8, I believe, here overall in short track racing on Thursday evenings here with the series. We've gone through the transition from SK Modifieds to Whalen Tour Modifieds to right here where we've ran a little bit of a mixed bag of tricks, from Legends to SKs to late model stocks to street stocks to super late models this season. The green flag back into the air, though. It'll be 24 laps completed. Big stack up on the outside. Big stack up in 1 car, 2 car, 3 cars down to the inside lane. So caution after caution after caution here to slow this portion. Take a look. Brian Bianchi in the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, number 5. Oh, he's going to get tagged by Joshua Buckley, and both those two drivers are going to come down to the inside lane, and then A.J. Watkins got tagged there, I saw. A.J. Watkins got a bump from the 9 of Mitts up into Murphy, and then that's when he had lost it. So while the caution comes out for the 3rd time here tonight, we'll take a quick break here from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We'll be back championship night here with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, welcome back here to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway here tonight. Championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. As you see, the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. And we're getting ready to go back racing after the third caution. Two back-to-back here tonight at Nashville. It'll still be James Skelton, Michael Schwartz, Dalton Williamson, and A.J. Hamill. That is how the top four look as the green flag is back up here at Nashville. Racing once again. Good start by the inside lane that time by James Skelton. He'll lead him down the back straightaway. Here comes Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen taking a bid to the inside. He'll throw it in a little sideways, leaning on the right rear tire. Make James Skelton see if he can battle on the outside lane. Skelton will lead the lap. Hard-nosed racing up here at the front of the field. James Skelton, a part-time runner this season, hasn't ran every race this year, has picked up a win or two when you look at the standings breakdown. I'm surprised that outside lane still being able to hang right there. As the run goes on, though, that outside lane will start to dissipate here. Maybe a little bit later on in this race, we might see the middle lane come back in. Still side by side, but at the line, it was Michael Trevarthen in that two machine. As the race leader, giving plenty of room for James Skelton on the outside, not pinching him up into the wall. Skelton's not pinching the two down either. A lot of respect here between these two drivers right now. Still a lot of racing to go. They know you still have to be there at the end of this one to be able to compete. As there we see a big slide. A.J. Hamill going to the inside. As now to be the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen all by himself. Now to be Dalton Williamson trying to get around the number 86 of James Skelton. One driver swinging it way down there. I believe that was the 05 of Rex Oil. The one of Williamson can't clear the 86 there. Skelton got another good run that time out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It'll be the drag race off turn 4 this time. At the line, it's Trevarthen, it's Skelton, then it's Williamson. Williamson just can't carry the momentum right now off the corner, and now it looks like James Skelton might be able to get down. Looked like he had a chance to get down, didn't quite do it. Now here comes that one car again. He'll just tuck in line. Everybody now, 1 through 19, all tucked back in line. Brandon Wynn trying to come to the inside. Wynn, one of those drivers that always will find a way to come to the front of the field. Here he comes. He's trying to get around the Colony Tire and Service Center number 05 of Rex Oil down at turn number 1. He'll wrap the bottom side. A little bit of a wiggle that time, though, there for car number 14. Here comes the 31. Contact there. Dave Bragg and Brandon Wynn will contact. Wynn going to throw it in like he's racing on the dirt track. Fun fact here for the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, they did put dirt down on the infield portion of this track at one time. The World of Outlaws actually came to town here. So when we say dirt tracking around Nashville, it has definitely been done. Not on the big half-mile speedway that we're racing on here tonight, but that infield portion. World of Outlaw sprint cars. Battle back here, almost 3 wide racing. That's Aidan Alvecchio, Joshua Buckley, and the 01 of A.J. Watkins. Still looking 3 wide as Joshua Buckley trying to find a way around. just can't make it happen as there goes Aiden Alvecchio. He'll make the pass on A.J. Watkins. Now will Joshua Buckley start to pounce onto that number 271 of Aiden Alvecchio. They single file themselves out. Dan Murphy Jr. in car 41, though, trying to get around the number 9 of Trey Mitz. Mitz gonna slap it off the wall that time down the straightaway. That was as he came out of turn number 4. Rob Higgins and Dan Murphy get around. Here comes Brian Bianchi. He's trying to recover from that tango with Joshua Buckley down in turn 1 as he'll work to the inside here on Trey Mitz. There's Eric Stout also. Stout, remember, spinning off turn number 4 after contact with Scott Duncan. So a couple of these drivers that were running well inside the top 10 trying to rally back here tonight as we close in on the halfway portion of championship night, brought to us by our friends at Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. There's the drivers that are up front. Oh, contact there. Williamson going to get into the back of the 86. Michael Trevarthen still the race leader here tonight at Nashville. Him and James Skelton are the only 2 drivers that have led laps at all here at the fairgrounds. Oh, contact there. A.J. Hamill into the back of Dalton Williamson. Now here comes Scott Duncan. Will he be able to get to the inside? As now James Skelton will look to the inside in turn 3. Skelton going to look to the inside. A.J. Hamill was able to hold off for the time being, as it looks like he will be able to retain that 4th position. But at the line this time, James Skelton and his Cayman Boats, number 86, linked together. Oh, Trevarthen going to go hard into the wall. And I think the right front has broke on car number 2. James Skelton down to the inside also. And Skelton is going to stop on the track, and that's going to trigger the caution. So the caution comes out because of the contact between Skelton and Trevarthen, and then James Skelton just stops on the turn 3 inside. So the 4th time the caution flag has come out right here before halfway. Take a look. You see both drivers got together. We'll see if we can go back just a little bit there. Skelton's already up in the wall. Then he comes to a stop down there going into 3. That's what triggers the caution right there for James Skelton stopping on the speedway. Here's going to be the contact. Can't tell from there if the 86 came up or the 2 came down. Maybe a little bit of both there between those 2 drivers. Angle's not very good to tell you exactly what happened. The 86 car looked like it was fine. He carried on while the 2 was damaged to the outside. James Skelton just stopping on the racetrack. So that's what puts us under the caution flag. For the 4th time here tonight before the halfway point. It's championship night. Anything can go. And now Dalton Williamson is the race leader.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race. so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Right in time, back to Green Flag Racing. Dalton Williamson on the early jump there. Him and A.J. Hamill were on the front row, and now Williamson will have about a half a car length down the back straightaway. That'll lead the first side-by-side battle between Scott Duncan and Rex Hoyle as they are battling for that third position here. One driver way high, wide, and handsome. They are 3 wide stacked up about the mid-pack. That's Joshua Buckley. That was Dan Murphy Jr. and I believe the 5 of Brian Bianchi. They were 3 wide. There is Dennis Bruce in car number 26. He just got past, I believe that was the 30 of Bob Higgins. So as these drivers try to all figure out who wants to grab what spots here on this restart, we're just over halfway, 3 laps past the halfway point. Right now, here tonight at the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe, night 4 of the short track Scrambler Series. Your champ, Dalton Williamson, is out front leading A.J. Hamill, but you're watching the battle for third right now between Rex Hoyle on the outside, Collin Tire Service Center. Number 5 entry making the outside work here. We knew the outside lane at some point here tonight was going to come in, and we've seen now the outside lane work for one driver. Now we're going to see it for the second time here tonight. That 05 of Rex Hoyle will make the outside lane work. He'll take third. Joshua Buckley's back here. He's been battling with Aidan Alvecchione for quite a while. They've been trying to come through the field together after the Buckley car, number 13 MA, the blue and black entry, had to go towards the back of the field. As he made a little contact early on and sent them to the back of the field. That was him and Brian Bianchi in car number 5. Battle with Bob Higgins, Dennis Bruce, and that's Trey Mitz. It looks like Mitz has gone 1 lap down to the race leaders. Bob Higgins holding off the Dennis Bruce entry. That is the one that is the battle for position. Stout going at it, though. He's trying to come back. That 6 Rings Racing entry. Remember, got spun around. Him and I believe it was Scott Duncan made the contact out of turn number 4, and he went spinning to the infield. And there is the Rob Higgins entry. He, on lap number 1, went up it hard into the outside retaining wall and has been trying to rebound ever since. He's now clawed his way into the top 10, but here comes Aidan Alvecchione. Alvecchione, the youngster out of South Carolina. Getting it into the top 10 right now, up 5 spots. Oh, somebody close to the outside wall that time out of 4. Eric Stout taking a bid to the inside here in the Storm Magnet. Also, there is the 5 of Bianchi to the inside of the 14 of Wynn. So 2 side-by-side battles right now inside the top 10. Brandon Wynn will take the spot. Or lose the spot, I should say. Everybody back single file. Race leader still going to be Dalton Williamson as he comes across. It is a 3-car, a little bit of a breakaway. It's Williamson, it's A.J. Hamill, and Rex Hoyle. A lot of short track series starts up here at the front of the field tonight. See where these cards will lie at the end of the night. Eric Stout back underneath the number 14 of Brandon Wynn. See if he can make that pass stick. He will. Wynn has the opportunity to get in front of the number 21 of Dan Butler. Looks like he will do it. Brian Bianchi takes the slice to the inside on Dave Bragg, and Bragg will fall back and concede the position, but now he's in trouble because here comes Eric Stout. Virginia driver trying to get the Movember entry back up through. Dave Bragg having his best season with the short track series here this season. Comes into the night third in the championship standings, trying to hold off Joshua Buckley and Scott Duncan for that third and final podium position in the championship standings. Looking pretty solid here tonight to get that done. Dan Butler now looking to move up another spot. He's been able to keep the nose clean on car number 21 here tonight. He's kept the storm away from his magnet. See, those bumps are still a big factor. That's why the 14 of Brandon Wynn just kind of lost the nose on that car. The car just unloaded. Beginning of this race for about the first 40 laps. Oh, big wreck! Big wreck down the back straightaway. There's the 5. Turned around, and caution lights obviously on here for the 5th time tonight. Dave Bragg, Rob Higgins, Brian Bianchi, Eric Stout. Saw the big push from Eric Stout into the back of the 5, and then, he's going to get him out of the corner, and these cars don't take to bumping like that. See the car just turn around and watch everybody. There's just nowhere to go. Joshua Buckley, Rob Higgins. See, Brian Bianchi just left sitting backwards in the Culpepper Bakery Cafe. Number 5. Look how close Brian Bianchi was to Duncan. Couldn't get any closer. And then he's just along for the ride. He's the pinball. Watch these cars come into this wreck. See everybody's speed drastically decreasing, but just nowhere to go. The track absolutely clogged. That's what brings out the 5th caution flag of the evening here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. We've been all up and down and around the coast here this season. We were at the Bull Ring in Las Vegas. We were at Stafford Motor Speedway. We were at the South Boston Speedway, Langley, Five Flags, Concord, Lucas Oil Raceway. We even went to the famous Martinsville Speedway. How about the LA Coliseum? Yep, we were there. North Wilkesboro, we threw it back to 1987 and went to the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We went to Hickory with the super late models. We were down at Lanier. We were all the way up at one of the oldest short track in America at Thompson. Then we went to Southern National. We went to the historic Oxford Plains Speedway. And now we're here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway for championship night. 16 weeks, stretching all the way back from August the 25th right here to December the 15th. So we've been all over, up and down and around this season with the series. So the lights are out, so a little bit of a quicker caution here now on caution number 5. Had our longest stretch of green flag racing right there. And Dalton Williamson will pull to the infield here. That might mess up a little bit of the running order. AJ Hamill will take the race lead. We'll see what happens now. AJ Hamill, the race leader. Then it'll be Rex Hoyle, Scott Duncan, and Dan Butler. Not sure why the one of Dalton Williamson pulled it to the infield. We'll see if we can find out what happened to him. A.J. Hamill now and actually has the lead, and the biggest lead that we have seen all night long. Look back there at the battle for second. Scott Duncan in the Canadian Tire. Number 989 entry to the bottom side there, trying to wrap the bottom here tonight, but we've seen that outside be very strong here as of late, and Rex Hoyle will take back that second position. Aiden Alvecchione is up into the 5th spot now here tonight. One car hard into the outside wall down the back straightaway. That was the 26 of Dennis Bruce. More contact there between the 14 and the 26 as they went down into the corner. It looked like the 14 of Wynn was stuck on the 26, and then they came separated, and maybe a little bit of a bump back to the number 26 of Dennis Bruce. Two drivers maybe a little unhappy with 25 laps to go here tonight at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. A.J. Hamill still leading this one, but Rex Hoyle starting to close in on the back bumper of Mr. Confusion. Probably confused that there's nobody's out in front of him. He probably doesn't know where he's at. AJ has been to victory lane this season. Rex Hoyle has been to victory lane once this season also. Dalton Williamson's picked up 8 wins on the season. A.J. Hamill has 3. James Skelton has 2. Rex Hoyle with 1. And Mark Jenkins with 1. You know who doesn't have a win on the season? It's the Scott Duncan entry, and he's right here running in 3rd. He's been very fast every week. He's unloaded the 989, just has not been able to go to victory lane yet. Dan Murphy Jr. and the rookie A.J. Watkins has Dave Bragg kind of sandwiched in there. A little contact from Trey Mitz into the back of car number 5 with Brian Bianchi. 20 laps to go, and you wouldn't know it. You'd think it's only 1 to go because look at Mitz go to the inside there on the 5. He went to the inside of the 5 of Brian Bianchi, and then Bianchi slid up in front of Wind. Yeah, the side-by-side battle still out in front of them. That's A.J. Watkins and Dave Bragg still side-by-side. So as these guys still battle back here, A.J. Hamill and Rex Hoyle are starting to pull white contact. Went into the back of the 0-1, and now Rob Higgins going to go around, and oh, he saves it. He bounced it off the inside wall, saves it, so with 19 to go, we stay green flag racing, but that could have been a big moment there. A lot of contact here tonight in Nashville. Only 14 out of the 20 cars that took the green flag here tonight still running with 18 to go, as there you see the 5 of Brian Bianchi up into the outside wall. Looks like he'll give up those 2 spots. And he'll go right back on the offensive down to the inside there. Brandon Wynn gonna slap it off the wall out of 4 with 17 to go. Battle at the front. Rex Hoyle took a bid, just letting AJ know, filling the mirror that, hey, I am right here. Scott Duncan has not been able to close the gap. That's the deficit. From your front 2 back to 3rd, you saw it in 1 camera swipe. 15 to go. Here comes the 0-5 now. He'll look down again to the inside. Now they'll be side by side. At the line, A.J. Hamill's confused, and he doesn't know why Rex Hoyle's trying to pass him for last place, but it's not last place, A.J. It's for the lead. It's for a win here on Thursday night. A.J. Hamill will hold off the 0-5 there. Well, still, it'll be A.J. Hamill and Rex Hoyle. They have opened up another half a second over Scott Duncan. And then Dan Butler has fallen back a little bit, and there's Dan Murphy Jr., so the Dan and Dan show, 21-41. Back here battling for the 4th and 5th position. Brandon Wynn going after Aiden Alvecchione. There you see the 271. Aiden will go to the high side. He tries to stay out of the way. Brandon Wynn a little bit faster here with 11 laps to go. AJ still has the lead. He'll see the double high fives at the flag stand. It'll be 10 laps to go here tonight in the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe Championship night here at Nashville. Should see if the Culpeppers family can send me a muffin. Wonder if that's a strange request to get a muffin mailed from Massachusetts to Pennsylvania. I don't know, but as this battle for first and second rages on, look at Dan Murphy Jr. He has caught Scott Duncan, and he's trying to get to the inside. Could Dan Murphy take the final podium spot? It'll be 8 to go at the line here tonight. Oh, a little contact there between these two, and that's going to now bring, here comes Dave Bragg. So now a little breathing room for Scott Duncan. Does Rex Hoyle get a little rough and tumble, though, with the back bumper of car number 18? Like I said, a lot of short track racing experience right here between these two drivers. A lot of races here on iRacing together. Here the car still bottoming out here tonight. 6 to go at the line. Does Rex Hoyle get aggressive with the back bumper? Does he play the 3-tap Teddy rule? Does he just go for a straight-up bump and run on the final lap of the night? Murphy has gone around Duncan as we continue to watch the battle for the race lead here. The final closing laps of the season. Scott Duncan's tires looks like they have possibly gone away as he lost that 3rd spot to Dan Murphy Jr. Now he's got Dave Bragg right there. 4 to go. Does Rex Hoyle have it? The championship has already been decided. Dalton Williamson is celebrating down in the infield right now, watching the conclusion here tonight of the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe 100 with just 3 to go. 2.5 miles. 1.5 miles. I can do the math. When the popsicle sticks fly, this time out of turn number 4, it'll just be 1 more mile around the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 2 to go here tonight, championship night. Who will win the final race of the season? Hamill, Hoyle. They have a 3.5-second race lead, so it's come down to just these 2 short track drivers. The white flag is flying. It's the final trip around the speedway brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. It's the final lap tonight. I don't think Rex Hoyle is close enough to sail it. Will he give it an attempt? He will sail it off in the corner, but it will come up short. It will be the number 18 of A.J. Hamill going to victory lane with Rex Hoyle there in the 2nd position. Dan Murphy Jr. will come across in 3rd. Then will be Dave Bragg, Scott Duncan, then Dan Butler. Brandon Wynn, Trey Mitz, Aiden Alvecchione, and Bob Higgins will finish ahead of Rob and Joshua Buckley. So there's your winner here tonight. A.J. Hamill will pick up the W. Another win here for A.J. will put him to have 4 wins on the season. Unofficial standings there. That's your winner. We'll take a quick step away here tonight from the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We'll be back to talk to your top 3 and your championship driver after this.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway here tonight. Championship night brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe in Worcester, Massachusetts. Well, these drivers all got one of those blueberry muffins, and can you believe I didn't even get one? But hey, thank you to the Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe for their kind support here with Red Light Racing. But 100 laps is in the books. The championship has been won. The race has been won. Who are all the drivers? Well, this is how it's going to break down. We got coming up first here. He's standing down in the Holy Shirts and Pants victory lane. It'll be the 18 of AJ Hamill. AJ, a great night here tonight for this Project Confusion. Did you know you were even the race leader?
Well, you know, there was a time there when Dalton suffered his mechanical issues that there was a little bit of confusion as to who the leader might be, but I got to figure it out now.
So you know you were the leader?
I do know.
And you know Rex Hoyle was trying to make a pass on you?
I was very well aware that Rex was right there.
Well, tell us about the battle then here through the night. It looked like these cars looked like a bunch of boats out there going through the corners with the way this track is here at Nashville.
It was a heck of a lot of fun from the drop of the green for me anyway. I had a great time watching the leaders dice it up, and then you know, sometimes lady luck comes your way and you got to capitalize on it, but Rex didn't let me just walk away with it. He made that exciting, a lot of fun trying to hold him off. There you go, now I'm lost.
Well, it came down.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely came down to you and Rex. Were you worried at all? There's a lot of history between you and Rex, a lot of races that you guys have run here on iRacing. 2 of the veterans of this series here.
That's true. Our combined age is over 100. And our combined races is way over that. The one thing I love about racing Rex is I know he's not going to do anything on purpose to end either one of our nights. So that's awesome, but I'm still, going to be wary of him because I don't want to ruin his night. So I love having Rex behind me, I prefer him behind me than in front of me, but always great to have a battle. It's one of my favorite races of the year when it comes down to me and him.
So
and if anybody besides Eric was going to get me, I would. That's who I was rooting for.
So now that this is over and you pick up the win here, we're off till like February something. So what are you going to do?
Oh man, I mean, what is there to do? I'll probably see you on Wednesday nights and a couple Mondays.
Well, we look forward to seeing
give these little cars a break for a bit.
The red carpet will roll out here for the final time for you, though, AJ, this season, picking up your 4th win of the season, the 2nd most with the series, who made this all possible back home in you're somewhere.
New Vermont, York. We got tonight Project Confusion on the side of the street stock, the 2nd street stock win. I got 2 in the street stock, 2 in the SK. 4 wins. That's a career best for me in a season here at Red Light, so that's pretty cool. Wasn't expecting that. Project Confusion Arts Barbershop, everything to do with orcas. Got to thank Culpeppers Bakery and Muffins and Bagels and whatnots. And end of the year, you got to shout out Josh and Rob and Eric for doing the admin job and dealing with the bad nights and the good nights and all the stuff they deal with. And be glad to be back in February. And glad to bring us back for this same. Lost again. All right. And thank you in Turn 3 for putting it all on for everybody to watch. Mom and Dad watching at home. Uncle Charlie watching tomorrow this weekend. I got to shout out Eric. He had a better car tonight, but had some rough circumstances early on that put him behind and didn't get the luck that I got with the early breaks. And awesome job, Rex. And congrats, Dan Murphy, up here on the podium with us.
There you hear it from AJ Hamill. No, you can't have it back. Go away, AJ. AJ Hamill tonight, race fans will pick up the 100-lap feature event here tonight, brought to us by Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe. So congratulations to AJ on his 4th win of the season. Finishing second here tonight, right behind car number 18, though that's the 05 of Rex Oil. Rex, a very strong car at the end of this one. What more did you need to go up there and get around the 18 who thought he was being lapped?
Man, Roger, we had a great run tonight. I had a great. Always fun to run side by side with him, and go as hard as we can go, and see what turns out. But he had a good car tonight. I thought I was a little bit better there for a little bit, and but 10 to 15 to go, I was trying my hardest to get up there beside him and see what we could do. It just need a little bit more, but he drove a great race. He held me down in the turns, and that's what it took to stay up front. And got to congratulate AJ on a great race there. Very smart moves and great racing. And what a night. We've had a lot of scheduling conflicts on Thursday nights, and we've had fast cars, we've had bad luck, but here we are at second place, so we'll take it.
Yeah, it's got to feel great. A great way to end the season this year for yourself. You talked about the scheduling conflicts with the real world side of things and the sim side of things, not putting you in contention for a championship. But there's been a handful of times that these drivers have known you were here, so it's got to feel good going off into the off season. Looking forward to come back next year with a little bit different of a schedule, and the cars may have been shaken up just a little bit. So this momentum, can we carry it through the off season? I know it's a long off season this year.
Man, I hope so. We're going to practice this off season, put some time in, put some laps in, and try to come back with just as much momentum as we had tonight, and see what we can do. We look forward to running with red light and having you broadcasting for us, and it's just a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Rex. Before we let you go, is there anybody that you have to give the shout outs to back home that make it possible for these two cars to be out on the track?
Man, we got to give a big shout out to Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe and Colony Tire. They're our two major sponsors on both cars, and if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here. And so we really appreciate all their help. Got to thank Geppetto's Pizza, and can't forget Tuxedos by Ted. Those guys stick with us, and here we are.
Well, they got food, they got tires, and they are always the best dressed at the dance. There you hear it. Rex Hoyle here tonight will pick up 5 spots. He'll finish P number 2. The driver that will finish back into the 3rd spot. We'll talk about wheeling and dealing here tonight. Dan, you pick up the most spots, 16 spots gained, and at the end of this one, you had one of the fastest cars out there.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, thank you. Didn't even qualify. Started 19th. Worked my way up through the accidents. With about 30 to go, I was maybe 8th and realized I didn't have much to lose. I pitted, took 4 tires, went to the rear, and came with 30 to go from the rear back to 3rd place. With the new tires, there was nothing stopping me. I was flying.
Absolute flying here tonight. I know it's been a little bit of a rough season for you, scheduling conflicts for you, not able to get out here, but when you run, it always seems like you're one of those drivers that are starting towards the back of the field and always marching your way into contention somewhere at some point through the night.
Yeah, since I don't run weekly, I try not to get in the way of the people running for the points, but I do try to start in the back and cleanly make my way up to the front. Sometimes it just doesn't work out with wrecks and things like that, but cleanly, I try to make my way to the front every week, and it's been fun. These are great guys to race with.
So tonight it'll be a third place finish. What are you going to do in your off season?
My off season, I'll be running these recruitment races, and my buddy just bought a wheel and tour modified, so we'll be starting to work on that during this off season.
Well, it sounds like a lot of off-season fun for you and your group over there. So, Dan, before we let you go, who makes this possible to turn left so many times in a night?
Got a lot of people to thank. First, Trey Mitz. I want to apologize to him. I had a run coming out of 2. Bumped him. Let him gather it up, but these cars are on edge, and he lost it. But I'd like to thank you, Turn 3 Racing, Roger in the booth for announcing. You do a great job. Checkered Flag Auto Supply, all the admins for Red Light Racing, U.S. Insulation of Southern New Hampshire, Northeast Muffler and Brake, and my parents. They watch every week. They look forward to watching it. So I just want to thank everyone and the fans that come out every week to watch. I hope we put on a good show. Thank you.
Well, there you heard it. Dan Murphy Jr. going to wind down the podium finishers here tonight. Congratulations to all of the top 3 competitors, A.J. Hamill, Rex Hoyle, and Dan Murphy Jr. Dave Bragg will finish 4th, and Scott Duncan rounds out the top 5. That's how they round those cars and those drivers out. There's one more driver standing by with us here tonight. He is the driver that will pick up the championship, and that will be car number 1 of Dalton Williamson. Dalton, 8 wins this season and 12 top 5s and 13 top 10s, and you will pick up your 4th championship here on Thursday night. So on behalf of the Red Light Racing Series, congratulations here for your 4th championship.
Yeah, man, definitely couldn't do it without Mike and Josh and all of Red Bull Sports and all our sponsors. I feel like this year was probably our best year as far as the seasons we've ran. Personally, I think switching the cars up every week definitely helped me out. Tonight, it kind of sucks. We had mechanical issues with the PC, so I wasn't able to round it out tonight. But other than that, it was a pretty good night.
A pretty good night and a pretty good season with 8 wins. I want to say that is the record here. I don't have them jotted down in front of me. It's not a stat I thought about pulling up. But 8 wins is a lot of wins in a season, especially with fields like with A.J. Hamill, Rex Hoyle, Scott Duncan, Michael Trevarth, and all these drivers can win at any point in the week, any track, any car combination. Just seems like this season you've really had something figured out.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been competitive all year. AJ kept me on my heels all year. I think Mike would have if he didn't have the storm we had come through here down in Florida. Dan, really, there's a handful of guys. I think we just unloaded pretty consistent this year and just showed up consistent every week.
That's the name of the game. Consistency will win championships, and we see that here tonight with you, Dalton. And I know you guys have a lot planned going forward here to expand the program out there. We won't give the tips, the hints, the tricks out there for you, but what do you think about next season? We're gonna take one car away from the schedule, which is the Legends machine. So how do you feel about the rest of them next year?
Well, I guess we should bring the news out to everybody. I decided that I'm only gonna run part-time next year and help Josh and Mike and the crew of the guys out. The team, and maybe help them out next year, and I'm going to take the majority of the season off next year.
Well, we don't want to see the car get pulled from the track, but the program will continue on with the other drivers, so I guess that's still a good thing, and maybe we'll get to see some of those drivers like Joshua Buckley, who hasn't been to victory lane in a couple seasons, or Michael Trevarth, and possibly compete for the championship. So congratulations, Dalton, though, on the championship. We look forward to seeing you in some capacity next season all around the Red Light Racing Series. So before we let you go, we know the red carpet has to roll out for your 4-time champion. The microphone is yours because there is a ton of people back home and here tonight that help you out.
First and foremost, like I said, man, AJ, Mike, Josh, the whole normal crew of people that show up week in and week out here, man. That's a hell of a series. It gets better every season I run in here. It's gonna suck not being able to run all year next year, but schedules and stuff like that, conflicts. But all in all, a good year. Sponsors, Rev Esports, Platinum RV Services, Kenny's Zeme Setup Shop, Nitro Racing, BK Paints, Turn 3 for all the broadcasting work you guys do, Josh, Rob, Eric, and all the admin. And other than that, not too much, and look forward to next season.
There you hear it, your champion. He is now a 4-time champion after snagging 8 wins this season. 4 poles, 12 top 5s, and 13 top 10s, with leading 603 laps this season. He is your champion, Dalton Williamson, and car number 1 will pick up that 4th championship. Congratulations to Dalton and the Rev Esports team, as they will celebrate this one, I'm sure, off into, well, February, till it's time to hit the track again here on Thursday night. So, well, until we see you in February, race fans, everybody make sure you have a very safe and happy and Merry Christmas and a happy holidays to everybody and a happy New Year. We'll see you back here in February, race fans. My name's Roger Muth, and everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in turn 3.